is the last one.
If God was not judging you, you would not have come here tonight.
That is not the point. Paul and Silas went to jail. How did God judge them? Paul and Silas that went to jail. How did God judge them? Jesus Christ that died on the cross. How did God judge him? Huh? If God brought me here, he brought me here for a purpose. Okay? You don't put things on me because
what is your purpose from God?
Sorry?
What is your purpose? What is your mission?
My mission is here to enlighten the people here about Christ. I don't know.
Why did you enter the country without any visa and any...
The person that took me in here is a police officer.
He's a police officer?
A police officer, I don't know him. Somebody connected me to him. He's a police officer like you.
No. I do not smuggle people across borders.
I don't know, but he's a
You don't accuse me of anything. You are the one with the 419 guidebook, all the 419 Google 100 accounts.
Don't go putting things on me, okay?
You put them on yourself. Now you're putting this on yourself.
Listen, you are a police officer. I said a police officer like you. I didn't say it is you. I spoke English. I didn't speak Thailand language.
So why did you say your passport is lost?
Why I said it's lost is because I'm having my copy and I don't come with it. So it's in the hotel.
But it's not lost.
For crying out loud.
For crying out loud, you should learn as a pastor not to lie.
No, Jen.
Listen, this man is not a pastor. He told the truth.
Okay, my friend, this is my passport.
So why did you tell me you lost it?
Why I told you I lost it is because I'm not with it. I have my copy with me.
No, but as an honest, civilized citizen, if it's in the hotel, you say it's in the hotel, you don't say I lost it. That is called lying.
Okay, I accept your...
You don't know the 10 Commandments? What sort of pastor are you?
I accept your correction. Okay. But I never wanted to drag that much. That's why I told you. That's why I told you.
Even the other pastors in Lord Chosen, they go on their feet and they beg when they know. When they know they are guilty. It's too late now.
Let me go.
Stop. This is a pastor in a church in Nigeria that is called Lord's Chosen. Is there a church like that in Nigeria? The Lord's Chosen. Yeah. Now, this guy, let it be like that here. This guy here, a pastor, he entered the country without passport and entered the country without visa. He said he's a Lord's Chosen pastor. And he's trying to argue. He's gotten all the details. They went to the altar, they caught him there. He's got all the 419, doing scam for women. Getting women's information, all women's information on Facebook, sending them lying letters that is in love with them, that is a white man. And he's a pastor, Lord's Chosen pastor. And he's trying to argue. And he doesn't know that these people have all the information. And then they caught him that you came to the country without passport. And you say you lost your passport. And he's trying to put it over the police and say, no, but it is true police like you that I entered. That smuggled me in. Is that what we are saying? But the guy is saying, but you are a civilized individual. If you are a civilized human being, you should know that you shouldn't be lying. You don't even need to be a pastor. You don't even need to be a pastor, not to be defrauding women, not to be smuggling yourself into the country. I mean, people have just lost their conscience, even pastors. You see, what we are talking about is that lack of love for people. And he's coming to be a missionary. What kind of missionary can you be when you are when you don't love people, when you hate people, when you are depriving them and defrauding them of their money? Let's go back to the note. Love will think about how to create comfort for other people, even for your enemy. Love will think about how to make good for people. How can you be selling drugs, for example? You have anyone that is selling drugs? They are also Christians. I sent them to you the other time. They are also Christians, so they are selling drugs. They say it's business. Are you out of your mind? You say you are selling drugs and you say you are Christians? It's a business? Are you out of your mind? How can you say you are a Christian and you are selling drugs? You know what drugs does to people? Drugs kill people. You are killing people and you say you are a Christian and it's business? You must be out of your mind. You are in the business of killing people. You are killing people and you say you are a Christian. You are not a Christian. You are supposed to be killed. You are not a human being. You are an animal. The same thing with this. You are depriving poor women of their last, of everything they have, and you are saying you are doing business. That is lack of love. Love will think about the comfort of others. If you love somebody, you will not bring destruction to their lives. If you love people, you will not defraud them of what they have. If you love people, you will care for their well-being. If you love people, you will not create discomfort for them intentionally. Even if you know them or you don't know them, you will not intentionally go and be creating problems for them. You will not destroy people. And that is the same fraud that pastors are doing in Nigeria, because pastors are using the same fraud through the gospel. They are defrauding people of their last money, because of the widow of Zarephath or something. Zarephath's widow. They are using some quotation to defraud people of their money. It is still the same 419. Yes, let's have a look at this one too.
And do you know why you've been stopped today?
No.
No.
For drug dealing.
For drug dealing.
Yeah. I'll be frank with you.
Louder.
You know? But we are civilized. You know? But I don't want to tell you everything yet, because maybe you will be denying because you don't know what we know. Okay? After you know what we know, maybe you will change your mind and you will stop denying. Hello? Are you hearing me? Yes. You see, because my pastor told me, when you see the devil, you do not ignore him. You take your light and you shine the light on the devil and show for everybody to see who is the devil. Who is the devil? Some police might be stupid. Some police might be looking at passport but not understanding he's a drug dealer. You know? Some policemen might be stupid and want to beat you. The policeman that beat you, maybe he's an idiot because he doesn't know how to work. But if you are smart, there is no need to beat anybody. You just collect all the evidence of their activities until they cannot deny anymore. And then the devil will be exposed. Because in my Bible it says, the truth will set us free. Amen. And the truth cannot be denied. Hello? Are you hearing me? Nobody is going to beat you, Stanley. We are not animals. Police who are animals are uneducated fools who do not know how to do a proper investigation, who do not understand how stubborn you are. You cannot say that problem with black people, no. People who are black, brown, yellow and white, if they are behaving themselves, nobody is disturbing them. If you are white and you are a drug dealer, you sit in the hot chair. If you are yellow and you are a drug dealer, you sit in the hot chair. And you, my man, are not black. You are maybe a rich chocolate color. But it is not because you are of your color that you are here. It is because of your activities that you are here. Hello? Are you hearing me? So we will present for you the details of your activities, and then we will want to know if you expect compassion from fellow human beings. It will depend on what you tell us. Because there are bigger fish of the biggest drug dealing gangs in Bangkok is from Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
Yes. Don't deny, because if you deny and the evidence comes, it means you lie to me. After you lie, I will not be so forgiving. Do you understand? Austin is calling. Your brother. From where?
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria. Yes. You know, Nigerians are bringing shame on Africa. Nigerians are the curse of Africa. And from Nigeria, who is the biggest curse? Igbo people. Because they are selfish, and they are stubborn, and they lie so well. And that is why proper investigation is needed in order to expose the devil so everybody can see him clearly with all the evidence so that he can no longer be denying.
Wow. Horrible, horrible. Rewind it. Let's see the picture. Yeah. Yep. This is the devil. Anybody say this is the devil. And all of them are Christian. They are all Christian. They are all members of churches. This in Thailand. Thailand, Malaysia, all those places. People don't have love. People don't have love. They don't care for other human beings. And it is lack of love that is making them to be smuggling drugs, to kill other people. And you say you are a Christian. You cannot be a Christian and you say you are, I was talking to somebody like this about how, we need to campaign to our people in Nigeria. We don't have value systems. And these kind of people will be going to pay tithes. Just a little bit when his face is more. Just a little bit backward. When, they will be going to pay tithes in the church. How can you be taking tithes from someone like this? How can you be taking tithes from him? I mean, they are saying, oh, well, you don't know. It is life. What is life? We have to teach people that we don't need your money in the church. We don't need your tithe. Do you know there are pastors who are praying for this kind of guy? People praying for this kind of guy so that they will not be caught. Pastors are praying for them that they will not be caught. That is horrible. Those kind of pastors are not pastors. These kind of people are not Christians, because Christian will think about the well-being of another human being. A Christian will not, knowingly go and be destroying the life of another human being. Let's go to the notes. Love thinks about the comfort. Look for a way of creating comfort for other human beings. Love creates comfort for others. Love will not intentionally go and be destroying other people's life like that. And be saying, it is because of poverty in Nigeria. No. Don't tell me because of poverty in Nigeria. It's because of lack of value system in Nigeria. There are countries that are poorer than Nigeria, but because of lack of value system, we have not taught value system. The pastors have not taught value system, and the pastors have taught that as long as you are well-to-do, as long as you have money, it doesn't care how you make the money. No, we must begin to shame and condemn this kind of act in every church. And we must begin to bring, let people know that no, this is not a Christian can never do this, because the drugs they are carrying is killing people. John 15:12-13. This is my commandment, that you love one another. If you love people, you will not do anything that will destroy them. You will not do anything that will destroy their lives. If you love people, you will care for their comfort. You will care for their well-being. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. When you love people, you want to give your life for them. When you love people, you want to sacrifice yourself for them. Their comfort is so much of your concern. You are so concerned about their comfort that you will deprive yourself of comfort. That you will deprive yourself of your own life to prove your love for them. Can you imagine what Jesus said? When you truly love people, you are ready to sacrifice your life. Not just your comfort, to make sure that they have comfort. For the sake of the comfort of these people, for the well-being of these people, for the well-being of other human beings like you, people who like you, people who carry the image and the likeness of God, because of the well-being of these people who carry the the image of God, who carry the the likeness of God, you are ready to lose your life. That is love. Love, greater love has no other than this, that, greater love has no one than this, than to live one's life. When you love, you deprive yourself, you sacrifice of yourself, you give of yourself, you even ready to give up to your life for your friends, so that other people will be blessed, to create comfort for your neighbors, for your friends, for other human beings. You are so consumed, you are so obsessed by making other people feel good that you are willing to sacrifice your life, your possession, your resources to make sure that other people experience some comfort. Let's have a look at the video in the restaurant or the McDonald's. So I'm going to show you a video that shows that why these people are carrying drugs to destroy other people's lives, and they say they love God. They don't love God. If you love God, you will care for the well-being of other human beings. If you love God, you will not be bringing pain to other human beings. You will not be bringing discomfort to other human beings. You will not be bringing destruction to other human beings. But when you love God, you will care about the comfort of other human beings, about the well-being of other human beings. You will sacrifice of your goodness, of your own comfort, to create good for other human beings. Let's have a look at this video here.
Ma'am, he didn't ask me for money.
Okay. It's not just you, alright? So, I wanted to
By the way, you guys suck for letting a homeless man, so he didn't even ask me for food. You guys suck. You guys suck. I'll never be back here. You guys suck. He didn't even ask me for food. I brought him from outside. You guys suck for giving him a trash can. Yes, you did. You suck. You suck.
Sir, please.
So what?
Calm your voice. That's what I'm asking.
This is how I talk. I talk loud. If the officer has a problem with that, the officer's gonna arrest me.
Sir, you're being disorderly.
I'm not being disorderly.
Now, what is happening here? This is the homeless person here. This is the homeless man here. This homeless man was brought by another man, because another man was going in the street and he saw the homeless man. And the homeless man is so hungry, he's emaciated. He has lost so much weight. So this man that is passing by took the homeless man and brought the homeless man to the McDonald's to eat. And the man paid this. This man paid money. He paid the full price, the official price of McDonald's for this homeless man. McDonald's didn't say, we only sell to people who are okay, or we only sell to people who don't smell. They didn't say that. They only put the price. As long as you have your money, money doesn't smell. Money doesn't smell. So if you have money and they say the price is this, and you can pay, it doesn't matter who you are or your status. Once you have your money, you pay. And the man came in and paid for this man. They took his money. They gave him the food. But when they saw who he brought in, and he gave the food to the homeless man, he is buying his own food, but gave the food to the homeless man, the administration of the restaurant called the police on him. They called the police on him. They called the police not on the man that is okay. They called the police on the homeless man. The guy is so helpless. Look at his face. Look at his screen. Look at his face. He's so helpless. He cannot do anything. He's helpless. The man is so helpless. And they called the police on the guy. The guy couldn't even come here. He couldn't even afford to come to this restaurant. He couldn't afford to come to this McDonald's. And then the police came. Somebody got him to come and eat. Just for 5-10 minutes. He paid for it. He paid for it. And they went and called the police, not to get out the man who brought him, but to get the man out of the restaurant. And they were saying, they were charging him, trying to charge the man that you are begging for food here. And the man said, no, he didn't beg for food. I brought him here. He didn't beg for food. I am the one who took him here. And I paid my money for him. Let him sit down and eat. Wickedness in this world. God have mercy. God have mercy. Wickedness in this world. And the police is insisting that he has to get out. And the man doesn't even know what to do. He's so helpless. Look at the emptiness in his eyes. He cannot even sit down and eat. Oh, Jesus. And this is how they have created this world. This is how the world system works. Even me as a black man, until they know who you are as a black man, or me as a black man, until they know who I am, they will treat me like that. They will treat you like that. They already categorize you as nothing. They already categorize you as a failure just because you are black. There are some places where they will not allow you to go to. There are some attitude that they will demonstrate towards you just because you are black. They have already judged you because you are poor, or because you are black, or because you have accent, or because you don't speak their own accent. They already condemned you. This is the world we are living in. And we who are Christians are the ones to change it. And the police is writing a rapport. Writing a rapport on the poor man. Please play.
The guy didn't ask me for food. And I saw him across the street and I brought him over here and gave him food.
Okay, we're here because apparently we've asked multiple people, okay? Multiple people have complained. So it's not just you, okay? If management is asking you to quiet down,
I'm just asking you to quiet down. I don't even know what's going on with you yelling.
What's going on is you saw.
Inappropriate.
You saw. Yeah, I brought him over.
Sir,
as soon as we saw him, no, he's not getting food. He's not getting food. I paid for his food. He's getting food.
Sir, calm down. I understand what you're asking for. I do. But you not have to raise your voice. Especially
Okay, fine. I'll come back here again. I ain't never coming back here again.
Yes, that's fine with me. But right now, you do need to calm your voice. That's all.
That sucks.
No, show me that black. No. Show me that black guy again. Show me that black face again, okay? Show me that black guy again. Show me that black guy. Show me his face. Show me that black face again. Let me see his face. This guy here. This guy here is the owner of this restaurant, or the manager of this restaurant. And he couldn't come to the defense of that man. He's supporting that they will put the poor man out of this restaurant while he is privileged, one of the few privileged black people, and he cannot stand for a poor man when most black people like him are as poor as this man. When most black people in America are as poor, when most black people all over the world are as poor as this man. Oh, Jesus. He couldn't even have mercy on poor people. Maybe he himself used to be poor like that. Maybe his father used to be poor like this. Maybe his parents used to be poor like this. We lose our humanity, my dear. When we lose love, we lose our humanity. Oh, Jesus. We lose humanity when we lose love. We lose humanity when we lose love. We lose ourselves when we lose love. And this world is fast losing love. Please.
Especially to
Okay,
me.
fine. I'll come back here again. I ain't never coming back here again.
Yes, that's fine with me. But right now, you do need to calm your voice. That's all.
That sucks.
last name is Davis from James, date of birth 1928. And I'm not stopping you from doing that. We've got a police trespass on you.
Crazy motherfuckers. McDonald's in Myrtle Beach. I bring a homeless guy from right here, bring him to eat, bring him inside. As soon as they see him, they tell him he can't eat. They call the cops for trespassing. The guy did nothing wrong. As soon as they saw him.
I'd like him removed now. Please, forget about this
Sir, can you please leave premises?
Can I finish my food?
No, you can leave right now.
Can I get a refund for my food? Can I get a refund for my food?
That's not me. I'm not civil court. 10-4, can you place an indefinite trespass on me from this property?
Can I get a refund for my food if I can't finish my food?
I cannot do that. I just explained to you I'm not civil court. Okay? He wants you removed. You have to go. That's all. You can take his name.
No,
Can I give
let show me the just a bit. Yeah, let me see the person. Yeah, just forward a little bit. You see him now. Yeah, just a little more. Yeah, more. You see it now. More, just a little bit more. Yeah. You see, the guy has to leave. The guy has to leave. Can you imagine it? They bought the food for him. He has to leave the food. And he has to get out of McDonald's. He's got to get out of McDonald's. And the guy who brought him, because the guy is defending him, they told the guy also he has to get out of McDonald's. And the guy said, can I get a refund for my food, for my money? They said, no, he cannot. He has to get out of that restaurant because he brought a homeless person. The person that is smelling, that is not looking good, and he has paid for the food. And they are saying, you've got to get out. And the guy said, I'm ready to go to jail. That is what love does. The guy said, I'm ready to go to jail. Put me in jail just because of this man. I'm ready to go to jail for this poor man. If you want to put him out of restaurant, you put me out of restaurant too. You have to put the two of us out of the restaurant. And if you want me to go to jail because I brought this man to eat food, then I will go to jail for that. This is what love does. That's what Jesus said. Love will lay down his own life. That man is not just sacrificing his own comfort. That man is ready to sacrifice his freedom. That man is ready to sacrifice his own life just to save his brother, somebody that he doesn't know from Adam. He is ready to go to jail just to save somebody. When will we have this kind of love in Nigeria? We will have this kind of love in Africa. When we are ready to go to jail, when we are ready to sacrifice our own life just to save somebody who's less privileged than ourselves. Somebody we don't know from anywhere. Somebody in the street. Somebody who is homeless. That we are ready to face the police and to go to jail and to lose our freedom and lose everything just to save somebody we saw in the street. Let's play.
Give his name, please. Can I get your name, please? Can I get your name, please? I would like you to leave, sir.
Can you just provide it?
I'm getting kicked out of here because I gave a homeless guy food, by the way, guys. Just so you know, I gave a homeless guy food. They're kicking me out. Yes, because you need to kick him out. No, because I'm being loud, because I'm telling you what you did was wrong.
Hey, listen, you have to leave.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going to jail. That's what's going to happen.
You're not going to go to jail. I'm asking you nicely.
Yeah, I want to sit here and finish my food. So then I want a refund.
You don't have that.
But when
Listen, I'm not here to argue with you. I am the law, okay? You need to get your stuff and leave. That is all, okay? You want a refund, you gotta go through corporate. I am not corporate. I am here to tell you, get your stuff and leave.
Can I get my receipt, please? I want my receipt.
You got it?
No, I didn't get a receipt. May I get a receipt, please? No, I did not get a receipt. Can I get a receipt, please? Do you mind reprinting me my receipt, please?
Is that who?
McDonald's in Myrtle Beach. I'm getting kicked out for giving a homeless guy food.
Right here. On the tray. I had it all along.
You guys suck, though.
34 minutes.
Come, I'll buy you food somewhere else. Come on, let's go somewhere. Come on. Come, jump in my car. Come on. I know you didn't. You don't need to. That's stupid. You know what you're doing is wrong. You know that already. Deep inside you, you know that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very wrong.
Okay. See what is happening in our world? This is the kind of world we are living in. And there were people in that restaurant. There were people in that restaurant that will not lend a voice. They will not lend a voice to defend that man. They will not lend a voice to defend that man. They were packing their food and they were leaving. They will not even talk to defend that man. They will not, nobody will stand for justice. Nobody will stand against injustice. They will not stand and raise their voice against unrighteousness. They will not stand and raise their voice to defend the accused, the weak, the underprivileged, the deprived. That is the world we are living in right now. But let me tell you what. When you love God, when you love God, the proof of your love for God is that you will create comfort for others. When you love God, you will prove your love to God. That love for God will seek to create comfort and good for other people. When you love God, the proof of your love is not what you do to yourself. It's not what you do for your relatives. It's not what you do for your family members. It's not what you do to people who respect you or who will be able to give to you back. It's what you do to people who will never be able to say thank you to you. And that's what Jesus said. When you love God, there is no greater love, no greater commandment than this, than to lay down your life for one's friend. Real love is not thinking about himself, what he could get. Real love will give of himself. He will sacrifice his own comfort for the comfort of others, just like Jesus did for us. Jesus sacrificed his own comfort in heaven to come to the earth to rescue us. That is what real love will do. Real love will not put its own interest first. Real love will put the interest of the needy, the people who are less fortunate, the people who are less, privileged, the people who are the poor, the destitute. He will put their interest first before his own. That's what love does. This is my commandment, and that is the only commandment that God gave us, love. That you love one another as I have loved you. And how do we love? How do we do this love as he has loved us? The way he has loved us is I left heaven, the place of comfort, sacrificed it to save and rescue us. That is the only way we should love too. He said we should love the way he loved us. How did he love us? He loved us by sacrificing himself. Sacrificial love. He came from his own comfort place, sacrificed his own comfort to create comfort for me and for you. The comfort eternally. That he said, love yourself. Love one another like that. Don't say, I have to create comfort for myself. No, sacrifice your own comfort to create comfort for others. That is the way I love you, and that's the way you have got to love other people as well. So he said, greater love has no one than this. This is the way Christ expects us to love, by laying down our own lives for other people. That is how to love in this kingdom. Not by saying, well, I have to love myself first. I have to have everything I need first. Before then, I will give a little bit for other people. That is not Christian love. Christian love is to put the need and interest of others above your own interest. When you love people, their comfort, the comfort of those people that you love, that you claim to love. If you love people, people's comfort become your obsession. When you say you love homeless people, their comfort becomes your obsession. When you say you love the children, the comfort of the children, how to create comfort for those children, become your obsession. When you say you love widows, the comfort, how to create comfort for those widows, becomes your obsession. When you say you love, you love justice, the obsession to bring justice to people will become your life. That justice, to create that comfort of justice to people will become your obsession. When you say you love people, their comfort, how to bring comfort to them, becomes your obsession. You make sure things get done for them. Now, when I talk about obsession, I'm not talking about idolizing. I'm just talking about passion. It becomes your passion. It becomes your priority. It becomes your goal. It becomes your passion, your pursuit. But then you cannot love like that if you don't love God first. So you put God's love in the priority. It is God's love. It is when you love God that you love like this. You have to love. It is because of the love that you have for God that makes you to want to love like this. It is when the love that you love for God, you have for God, that you want to express by loving people. It is because you love God or you want to love God that you are loving people. So it's an extension of God's love. But when you don't love God and you want to love people like this, then that is when it becomes idol worshiping. But when you love God, you will give your whole heart and your whole self to loving people. And you will be using the energy of the love of God to create comfort for other people. So when you love, the comfort of the people you love, the comfort of the people you care for, when you love, their comfort become your obsession. You make sure things get done for them. Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates his own love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. That is the only love that is recognized in heaven. A love of denying yourself to create comfort for others. A love of denying yourself to give to others. A love of giving when you are in need. Not to church, not to GOs, not to denominations. No. I'm talking of other human beings. When you give to the image of God, to the likeness of God. When you love, you discern. You discern the discomfort of those you love. You look for the discomfort of those you love. You discern it. You notice it. You notice when they are uncomfortable. You notice when they are in pain. You notice when they are not happy. You notice, you discern it automatically. You don't wait for them to tell you. You see it. Because that love opens your eyes. That love opens your ears. That love causes you to notice what is wrong with people. And that love drives you to want to comfort them. When you love, you discern the discomfort of those you love. And therefore you want to create comfort for them. Who can you rely on to provide you whatever you need? Who will you call at midnight if a need arises? That is the person that loves you. If you know, who is it that you can bring your discomfort to? And he will embrace you with your discomfort. That is the person that loves you. Who will you create discomfort for? And he will not complain. That's the person that loves you. Who will you love? Well, even though they have created discomfort for you and you will not complain, that shows love. When you can love somebody that you are sacrificing your own comfort, that is love. When you love somebody that their discomfort doesn't create, you don't complain about your own discomfort, you are more concerned about removing their discomfort and creating comfort for them, and you don't complain on that, that is love. So who loves you like that? That's how you decide who loves you. Luke 10:30-37, the story of the Good Samaritan. You see, that's the story of the Good Samaritan. The man was living. He had a mission. He was traveling somewhere. But he has to stop. That's a discomfort for him. He forsook his own comfort to create comfort for somebody who is in a greater need. Because that man that was dying beside the road had a greater need. Even though he also had a need, he was going somewhere. But he has to stop. He has to stop. That means the first discomfort for himself. Number two, he had to use his own money, the second discomfort for himself. He had to take the man to the hospital, the third discomfort for himself. He has to pay for the hospital bills, that is the fourth discomfort for himself, just to prove to God that he is a man of love. When we love, we are ready to embrace discomfort for ourselves. When we love, we are more obsessed about the comfort of others rather than our own comfort. But the Levite and the priest that pass by, they are more concerned about their own comfort. They are more concerned about their own plans. That's why God said they will not go to heaven. The people who will go to heaven are the people who put the interests of others above theirs. When you love someone, you can easily adapt yourself to their demands. To the demands of your loved ones, even if they are not your loved ones. Even though you had your own plans, your comfort becomes secondary. When you really love people, you will put your own interest secondary and you will put their own primary. Someone who loves has a relentless passion to protect. If you really love people, you will protect them relentlessly. You will protect them passionately. When you really love, you will seek the security of those you love. You will seek their well-being, their security. When you really love, you will care for your child, for your spouse, for your parents, etc., and for the people who are less privileged. But when you are giving money and you are giving tithe money offering to people who are already comfortable, to people who are already better off than you, you are not serious. You are not demonstrating love that way. Because you are giving to people who are already having everything. Real love will look for people who are in need. Real love will look for people who are less privileged. Real love will look for people who are in need. It's just like saying Jesus left heaven to go and die for God. God is already fine. God is already okay. But he left heaven, came to look for people who are in a worse situation. We were the only one in a worse situation to die for us. That is love. 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. When you love, you are willing to express your expectations. There are expectations in those who love. When you give, you also wish to receive. There's no one-way love. Because, when you give like that, other people or that other person, but you don't expect it, but you are at least ready to express yourself. So what I'm going to do is that I want us to make up our minds and look for ways and who we want to create comfort for. Who do we really want to love in the name of God? Who do we want to express our God's love to? You must have a list of people that you want to express your God's love to. You might not be able to change a country. You might not be able to change a continent. You might not be able to change a whole city. But you might be able to change or minister to one category of people, one sphere of life, one person. So get a list of people you are burdened for. What is your heart telling you? Who do you wish to create comfort for? That is how you express your God love. You don't express God's love by going to sing in church. You don't express God's love by going to dance and you don't just do something in the four walls of the church. No. The only way that is acceptable to God for you to express love for him is by expressing that love to human beings. Human beings that are in need. Human beings that are worse off than yourself. It is when you express, because the human beings are the people Jesus died for. Jesus didn't die for buildings. Jesus didn't die for denominations. Jesus died for human beings. And Jesus, God didn't make buildings his own image. God made human beings in his own image. He made men and women in his own image. So love for God must be expressed through people. Love for God must be expressed through loving human beings, ordinary human beings. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to ask you people who want to call in to go ahead and look for Facebook Messenger and write Move Agents. And through that Move Agents, you can call in. Meanwhile, for those of you who have not yet registered for my mentorship program, I want that mentorship program is to help you understand what Christianity is all about. And it's my own way of loving you unconditionally. It's free. Free mentorship program is my own way of creating comfort for you and helping you to be at peace with God again, to be at peace with your neighbor, with the world, to be at peace with yourself, with your Christianity. So how do you register for the mentorship program? Go to www.sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. For those of you who want to join the Nigerian project, it's the same thing. sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria. sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria. And then for those of you who want to buy the books, sundayadelajablog.com/books or dssbooks@gmail.com. For those of you who want to visit Ukraine, it is sundayadelajablog.com/visit. We have a caller. Let's have a call right now.
Hello.
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 Yes. Who is calling, please?
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Hi, Dr. Sunday. How are you?
That's Miriam.
It's Miriam from Houston.
Miriam, yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you one more time again.
Yes.
So
how are you
good,
doing today?
So good. This is deliverance. The deliverance of the heart.
Yes.
Through God's heart. Not the deliverance of pushing people about and going to the mountain and coming down.
Yes.
And crawling over a pastor. No, this is the deliverance of the heart. And I want to thank you for that.
Yep.
So also, I wanted to say this, and you already said it, but this is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Start from the world around you.
Yep.
Because sometimes our people from the world around you, wherever you are, not necessarily when you go to Nigeria or you push something to there. That is our ultimate goal because of what is going on there.
Yes.
But if you are in overseas, in any country, like what you yourself have done in another man's country, because that's where you are. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm not from America, I'm not from whatever country, so no paying attention to that country. No, we have to pay attention because that's where we live, and also that's where we're getting our blessings, getting our transformation of mind, So you look around your area, those who don't ignore them. That's what you're saying.
That's
because
right.
The tenderness of love is a practice of every moment. It's also a practice of the languages we choose when we are responding to things. If we are not carried away with our own issues, when we are totally carried away, or when I'm totally carried away with my issues, I don't see what is going on with the next person.
Yeah.
But when we trust God and we love God with our heart, and we know that we are an agent of representative, God embassies on earth, so then you pay attention to the need of your neighbor. It could be a smile.
Hello.
Found that at the home, the nurses that were coming into that home, they were using this man to make money by leaving some objects in his stomach since August. I stood against that. I said, no, he's a veteran. Apparently, by his response, he doesn't like blacks. And here I am with an accent from Nigeria. And I'm going to be a God-sent person for him. But I didn't pay attention to that because I know that's where he is. But God loves him. There was tons of Bible around him. He's a veteran. So I started, telling the nurses, you have to take this out of his stomach. They said, who are you? I said, well, I'm here to help him. And I'm sent here for only 3 hours a day. I was telling you about that earlier on. So I continued talking to him. I said, sir, God loves you and he wants to reach out to you. You can't die like this. He said, no, I want to die. I said, no, you're not going to die. Start feeding him, help him, change his bedsheet, get a person to cut his hair. He couldn't believe it. He looks at me very strangely, like, what is she doing? What is she up to? And she even have an accent. But gradually today, sir, I went to a group that is 100, and I spoke to the group passionately concerning this man. And all the group are coming to clean his house, get him a nice bed. His house is full of rats everywhere. So what you already said it's starting from wherever we are and being tender in how we speak and what we say. What you are doing has really transformed my life. The more deeper you get in love, I'm transformed. Sincerely, with humility. This is my lifestyle. This is what I have lived for in the last 13 years of my life. When God brought me out of dungeon and showed me light, I begin to live the work of love. But you've taken me a deeper step where I have not been, a deeper broad of what love really is. I just want to thank you. Every day I'm into two emotions, deeper love, brokenness. Where do I go about this? How do I go deeper? I asked you initially, what is in deeper love with God? Because that was what was asking me. But you have brought me into that place. I want to say, start from where you are. Start from the tenderness of your word, choice of words. God bless you.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hello. Okay, we have other callers coming in. Please go ahead and put in your call to Facebook Messenger. Move agents. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Is that Apostle Paul?
Yes, it's Apostle Paul, DSA.
Yes.
God bless you, DSA.
Welcome.
Yes, I was watching. The videos you were showing, concerning the things that are happening in Asia, where I am. DSA, I tell you the truth. I told you one time that I was chased from churches that I was privileged to pastor or wanted to share God's words with them.
Can you speak louder?
And most of the people,
louder, please.
Okay, and most of the people who come to these churches, I know what they do. I see them. I live with some of them. I was privileged to live with some of them. And when I minister, they are not happy with me. Even the pastors were like, you know what they do, but just let them be. I discovered that these pastors are not soul conscious. They are just money conscious. Now, DSA, there's something you're doing right now. You're pulling us out from the pit. It must, because I see that word pulpit, not just a ceramic or a glass podium in a particular building that we have called church. Instead of looking at people as the church, because Jesus died for the people. He's in heaven because of the people. He's coming back for the people. He resurrected for the people, not for the buildings. Now, the podium called pulpit, where people are waiting for people to gather on a particular day, like on a Sunday, where they believe that the presence of God is there on that day, for them to give the word from that pulpit, I think we're getting it wrong. I believe pulpit is anywhere, any sphere of contact where we find ourselves, be it in the marketplace, in your offices, in the bank, in the train, in the plane, anywhere you're meeting the needs of people. For instance, you're pulling people out of the pit from this platform. You are sharing things that are making people's eyes get open and get deliverance, and darkness is being broken. It's like, okay, like what the platform is doing. Okay, Paul, you're there. We want to pull you out of the pit because you are in the pit over there. You need to come out of the pit. So I believe the pulpit that God has called us, that pulling of people out of the pit, is reaching out to people, the less privileged, people who need to hear the word of God. It's possible for you to just share the word mentally, to pull people out of mental slavery, or physically by pulling people from their needs. I think that is like that man who was going around, giving 100,000 to people. Now that is his pulpit. He's pulling people out of the pit. Osage in Edo State, he's pulling people out of the pit with finances. You might not have the finances, but the words, the Bible says, let your words administer grace to hearers. It means there are words that you might be sharing to people and be breaking ignorance in their lives. You are pulling them out of the pit. So pulpit, we have been all called, everybody has a pulpit. If you're born of God, if you've been called of God, if you're a believer, Jesus said, if you believe in my name, go in, raise the dead, heal the sick, do all this. That means we are all called to pull people out of the pit. So we are all having a pulpit. So you must not necessarily be a pastor or an apostle or a prophet or a teacher or an evangelist for you to say you need a pulpit or a podium. So because I have caged God for a long time, DSA. I have caged God. What I mean caged God is that I go to the building in a particular day and I take away the garment of heaviness and the garment of, and I put on the garment of praise, and I believe that God is in that physical building. And when the choir member is like, I want you to open your mouth and praise God like never before you have come before the presence of God. So I begin to think that the presence of God is in that building. I begin to think, okay, God is here, so I will dance, I will praise God, I will celebrate, because I believe that God is there, He's watching me. But immediately I step out of that building, I will take away the garment of praise and put back the garment of gossip, pains, body, and go back into the street again. So from Monday to Saturday, my language changes, because when I was in the physical building, all I will be saying is, God bless you, brother. Oh, Sister Mary, hallelujah, it is well with you. But when I step out of there, my language changes. I begin to speak negativity, fear, unbelief, doubt, jealousy, and all that. So I was like, I have caged God for a long time in my life. It's high time I begin to speak like David and said, there is no place I can hide from God. God is omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's in the street. He's in the marketplace. We need to reach out to people. That when we go out there, we need to reach out to people. So as you said, God is not interested in the physical building, but interested in the people who are the building themselves. Because we are the light of the world. We're not the light of the church. Enough of becoming light of the church. We are the light of the world. I tell you the truth, DSA, it is so rampant here. People look at me and say, Paul, you're going to suffer. You're going to get stopped here. Why? Because since you have refused to do what we do, since you have refused to scam or do all this stuff we do here, you are going to beg for food. I'm like, if God is indeed calling me out of this and I'm out to change things out, God will send me help and God is going to provide. And they're like, okay, let us see. And most pastors know these things. They even collect the tithe. They won't tell you when you scam, when they give you money, you pay your tithe here first. You make sure you pay before you send the money back to Nigeria. You make sure you pay your tithe. They don't care about the people. They don't care. All they're after is their money conscious, not soul conscious. They don't care if you go to hell or not. They know people take drugs, they know people pull drugs, they know people do all these things, but they don't care. The value system of Nigeria, they say if they catch you as a black man, even if you are valid, as long as you're a black man and they see you, the police will follow you immediately and say, hey, stop, passport. They will take your phones, start your phones, check. If you see any picture of anybody that doesn't question, it is so terrible. We have really lost our value system. As it is happening in Nigeria, so it has spread even towards Asia as it is. And thank you so much, DSA, for pulling us out of the pit, using this platform as a pulpit to pull all of us out of the pit. So if we are here in the house, all of us in the platform, let's understand that we all have a pulpit. We all have a pulpit. You must not be called to be a pastor or a prophet or whatever to pull people out of the pit. We can pull people out of the pit from diverse ways. Thank you, DSA, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. All right, that is Brother Paul, Apostle Paul. If some of you are there who promised to help him, please remember to fulfill your pledge. Please, he still needs some of those pledges to come through for him. So let us help him. Hello?
Hello, DSA. Good evening, sir.
Adeshola, you have disappeared, though. I think Osaro has taken over your time because of his vacation.
Yeah, he was on vacation, and I'm glad I enjoyed his vacation. He did, yeah. There was actually a day I wanted to call, and that was when the line, for some reason, I picked it, and it didn't go through. But it's fine. I'm glad. I've been learning, and it's been a sober time for me. Actually, it's been a sober time for us. I have to let you know that, the Lord is working in us, and the Lord is teaching us, and we are coming up with a lot of things under God. And I pray that when the time comes, you will see, and the Lord will help us to do what He has called us to do.
Amen.
And I was just looking at something here, DSA. All this teaching has been a blessing to me, and I must tell you, it's an awakening. I used that word talking to somebody yesterday. I said this is an awakening, and we all have to take this word, and we all have to run with it. There's so much passion that you have. I can't comprehend it. I have to say that. I remember there was a time my husband was saying, I'm sure he forgot to ask you this question. He said, I'm going to ask DSA, where does he get all this strength from? He said, where does he get all this strength from? From one program to the other, from one program to the other. And I remember you were saying that today when we started talking, and it was like somebody was saying that, when do you even have the time to rest? But the only thing that came to my mind now is, I was looking at Romans 12, and it's saying, let love be, from verse 8. He said, or ministry, let us wait on our ministry, or either teacheth on teaching, or either exhorted on exhortation, either give it, let him do it with simplicity, either rule it with diligence, either showeth mercy with cheerfulness. And verse 9, this is the word that came to me yesterday. It said, let love be without dissimulation. About that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. So looking at the teaching you are teaching us today, that we go out of our comforts to help others, to do what God has called us to do. Personally, to me, I believe that this is the greatest call for every humanity. This is the greatest call for every one of us. And this is the greatest ministry that Christ himself has called us to. And when Paul was talking that he has called us into a ministry of reconciliation, reconciling men back to God, whichever capacity the Lord has placed it in your heart, in your life, what you have received of the Lord, you cannot keep it to yourself. The blessing the Lord has blessed you, if you have to say it in terms of material things, is not for you. It's for others to be blessed by it. And this is the word that has come to us. And this word has been coming to us from UDSC for more than a month now, teaching us on love, which is the greatest thing of all, that we should love and increase in the love of God in our hearts. So for me personally, I believe that This is what our life is all about. We are selfless. We are selfless. We are giving to others. And I will say this again to you. A lot of people, and you know, I remember I was on the platform yesterday, but I couldn't finish because we have to start the fellowship. I was telling somebody yesterday, a sister, a very dear sister of mine, she goes to Winners. And she was telling me that when we're on Mayowa's platform, why would they be talking about Oyedepo? And I said, what is the purpose? And I started explaining to her. Could you believe that she didn't even see anything wrong in she was seeing a lot of things wrong in what Mayowa was doing. Not until I started explaining some things to her. She said, Stashola, it is true. It is true. Then I now begin to wonder that how many people can we relate to like that are so much in that bondage that if we choose to keep quiet and explain things to them, they will never get it. They need to get out of that building. They need to get out of that place that they call church, which is no church. That is just a building. Like you have told us today, that we are the church. You don't go to that place to go and meet God. You are a carrier of God's presence. The presence of God is with you every day, whether you are in that building or not. So when I was talking to her yesterday, it's like an eye opener to her. Like, you know, she's trying to get some things. And I was just taking her back to the scripture. Didn't you see this? Didn't you see this? Didn't you see this? Because you left everything to the so-called man called Oyedepo to be telling you everything. You didn't go back to search the scripture, being like a Berean Christian. What are those things that you are being taught? They are scriptural, that you can apply it to your life. And so that is why I believe that every one of us, what the Lord has given to us, the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. What the Lord has given to us, in every capacity you can do it. You might not be there for everyone to see, but the Lord sees you. That wherever you are, if it is 2 people, 3 people, if it is going to be a phone conversation, so be it. But heaven will reckon with you that you are doing your part. You are reconciling them back to God. You are sharing the light of God that the Lord has revealed to you, that you cannot keep to yourself, but for people to know, to come to this knowledge of truth, because you want to leave this world empty. You want to die empty. You don't want to have anything with you. You don't want to have any baggage with you. That all that the Lord has bestowed upon you, you are letting it out. In anything, financially, material, in everything, you are giving it out. And this is what the whole essence of the gospel is all about. Thank you so much, DSA. I cannot thank you enough. I am blessed. As a family, we are blessed. My children, they are blessed. We are listening together with you now. They are blessed. And we are running with all this word as the Lord has given to you, and individually as the Lord is committing into our hands, that we go out there and preach and teach people the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Adeshola. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Hello, we are expecting more callers. If you are there that want to talk to us, just call. Let us know. Let us hear your own contribution tonight. So go ahead and feel free to call. Who is the next caller? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
hello, sir.
Yes, can you speak louder, please?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, who is talking?
This is Paul, sir. I'm calling from India.
Yes, how are you, Paul? Can you speak into the microphone?
I'm fine, sir.
Speak into the speaker so that it will be to the microphone.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So, sir, I want to say bless you, sir. Thank you so much. I want to believe that if we have been supposed to have been hearing this kind of messages, I guess some of these, like that guy that they were putting light on his face, wouldn't have happened at all.
Yeah.
Because no one actually thought of things like this. For many years, I've actually been wondering, why is it that we go to church and our attitude does not look like that of Christ? You know, even me recently, you know, during this message of loss, in my accommodation here, I share a flat with some guys, and then they mess up with the bedroom at times and the toilet. You know, I get angry. You know, I talk to them, but you know, since I've been listening to this love message, I just decide to calm down. You know, if they mess it up, if I can clean it, I clean it. If I cannot clean it, I just walk away. You know, instead of going to knock their door and say, you know, just you know, we are always, you know, aggressive. I don't know why. It's just, in Abu Dhabi, they will say, Nigeria gara, you know, that's the way we talk. Almost, and this is common to almost all Nigerians that I know over there. So it has become a part of us. And unfortunately, it's like we are not even conscious of it. There's a girl here, you know, who is also a Nigerian. You know, at every small thing, he just gets angry and begins to talk, you know, on top of her voice. And I'll be trying to calm her down. You know, you don't talk like this to a lady, you know, things like this. And she's a Christian, she's a believer. But, you know, there's something absolutely wrong with almost all that they've been teaching us all this while. And I just wish that, well, I'm just grateful anyway that at least before I grow so too old, that I'm able to have access to this kind of information. And so, you know, as we were talking about how do we get this information, these messages to Nigeria, so I was searching yesterday online to find out if there are free Wi-Fi in Nigeria. So I Googled it and I discovered that there are a few places in Lagos and Ibadan where people can actually get free Wi-Fi. So what they can do is to go there, you know, where maybe it's a restaurant, an hotel, like in Ibadan, I know Ibadan very well. It's in Cocoa House. So if you enter into the Cocoa House, there is a mall there. So somebody can just hang around there and download whatever it is. Like this message is now, somebody can download it, even the audio. So that way you compress the size of it. I'm saying this so that people that are on this platform, who if you have somebody, I have told 2 people yesterday after I discovered this, so these people live in Ibadan. So I told them, go there, hang around Cocoa House there, there's still free Wi-Fi. You can download it to your phone. This was what I was doing in Abu Dhabi because I was working 12, 13, 14 hours. So I just download messages in my phone. You know, I convert it to audio and compress it. And while I'm at work, I have my headphone in my ear as I'm listening and I'm working. You know, people can actually do that in Nigeria as well. So they download this message, go home, watch it or listen to it if it is audio, and then delete it and then come back maybe 3 days or a week later. You understand? So that way, if somebody that is really willing to learn, somebody that's really willing to pay the price, can have access to it, to such information, because I think that people choosing to pay price. I was looking for the book, that's your book, Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs. I was searching for it online, on Amazon. I wanted to buy it. And then I find, I know just the place that I can preview it. You know, my body was shaking as I was reading it. I said, wow, where did this man get this kind of information? Where was I all these years that I didn't get hold of this kind of information? So people need to read this kind of a thing.
Paul,
you know, it was like
Paul.
Hello.
But
Yes,
I've been talking about that book for like 6 months. So.
Yeah, but I haven't actually, because I was thinking, well, maybe I don't have money, or maybe I won't be able to get it. But I just decided that today, since I am preparing myself
Thank God that you took the decision, though. Otherwise, $10 would have kept you. $10 would have kept you from one of the most important information in your whole life.
Can you imagine, sir? I said, my body was shaking as I was sitting on my chair here. My body was shaking. I was asking myself, where have I been? Where did this man get this information from? Just the preview of it. I was shaking, you know. And I wanted to buy it. It's so expensive. I said, okay, let me send an email to your staff. Maybe today is Sunday. I don't know. Maybe they will work. You know, maybe tomorrow. But not just. I've already wanted to buy it. But I said, let me send email to them, and then maybe I wait till tomorrow to receive from them. But I already got a reply that I can actually get it cheaper from your office. So I said, can you imagine?
Hello.
So, hello, sir.
Yeah. Thank God, though. You decide. How did you read the preview?
You know, if you search the book on Amazon, on top of it, you will see a place where there is an arrow where they write "see inside." So when you click on "see inside," you can actually preview maybe the introduction or even some of the books. You can even see maybe chapter 1 or something.
Thank God you did that, though.
In fact, it was. I'm already, I'm already anticipated to get the book. I can't wait to have it. Because I just look at I want to train youth in the near future. So this is the time for me to begin to prepare myself. So I think this book that DSA have been talking about, how to raise the next generation of Steve Jobs and all of that. If Nigeria is going to be great, we need people that can produce goods and services. All right, since we are turning away from praying, we have been praying and fasting all these years, and nothing has happened. So it's time for those of us who are inclined to training youth and talking about youth and talking about development to begin to know, okay, let me also prepare myself. So I said, let me even look at the book. And I was shocked at what I saw.
But some people are asking, what book are you talking about? They're asking here in the call.
I think it's raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
Yes, it's called raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Yes.
Yeah. On Amazon it is $23, I think. And it's going to take 6 to 10 days. And I think the email I get from your office is far cheaper.
Yeah. For people who want to get the book, people will get the book from our office. They should write to dssbooks@gmail.com. dssbooks@gmail.com. Yeah. It will be cheaper. Or they could, yes.
I think you should do a special series where you will share with us. I mean, some of us youth who are inclined to writing, we want to also write like you. I want to know, how did you get hold of such information? I don't know. I'd like to know, how did you get hold of this kind of information?
So you have never read any of my books before?
I have read Church Gifts. I have read Money Won't Make You Rich. In fact, I bought those ones with my money. I gave it to somebody and they didn't return it. So I said it's that time I begin to buy again. So, but this one was not preaching at all, And some of us, we have a problem that they told us that when we dug on again that you only need the Bible. So we read only the Bible for the most time, and it was thank God that I saw church shift, that I saw Money Won't Make You Rich. This is what changed my mentality. This is what blew me away. I would have become a pastor now somewhere in maybe they would have put me in one village, and then I'd just be thinking that I'm serving God and happy and dancing. But thank God for the liberation.
Glory to God.
Yes, sir.
So actually,
you will need to share the secret with us, sir.
But how many of them, by the time
those of us who want to write,
by the time you read 4 or 5 books of the new ones, because that one, those books you are talking about, Church Shift, I wrote that book 11 years ago. Then Money Won't Make You Rich, I wrote that book 10 years ago. So, but these ones are the new ones. Are my new books. Yeah. So these new books, by the time you read any one of them, any one at all, 4 or 5 books, you will wake up. You will not even be asking me to tell you anything again because you will be seeing all the secrets in them.
All right, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Go sleep. It is too late in India now.
Yeah.
God bless. Good night.
It is worth the wait. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Hello? We still have callers, so we are going to wait for the caller to call in. And let's wait and hear the next caller and see. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, is that Richard?
How are you, sir?
Very good. How was your experience in Nigeria? Make you tell the platform. The platform people don't know you have gone to Nigeria.
My experience was, how would I say it? I wasn't shocked, but well, let me not talk about that, sir. Let me just focus on what we're doing today. I can remember the first time me and you talked, the first thing I asked you was that, DSC, when are you going to do a series on love? And I'm happy now that you are doing that series now. And
God has answered your prayer.
God has answered my prayer, exactly. Because I strongly believe that what is missing, like you have always said, is that when we don't love, we are like animals. When we don't love, we don't understand life, and that is what has happened, and that is what is happening. Yes. But the angle that I have always looked at love, because when God was teaching me about love, has always been from the angle of the rich man and Lazarus. And one thing that was missing in that relationship was that when we say we love somebody, we need to go down to that person's level and bring that person up to our own level. So when we are loving, and our loving is not taking us down to the person's level and bringing that person back to our own level, then we are not loved.
Yes.
Because Paul said one thing. He said, even if I've given everything I have and I do not love. So sometimes we might be given things, but our love has to bring that person back to the level that we are. Yes. Because when God loved us, he came to our own level.
Yes.
And he brought us to his own level.
Yes, sir.
That is what love does.
Yeah.
And going back to my experience in Lagos, that is one thing that we have all neglected. A lot of things are going on back home. And if you just simply apply love, that is putting the next person's interest above our own,
yes,
then the problem in Nigeria will be solved immediately. But that is one thing that we have lacked in our country. And anybody that goes home that has lived in the West or lived outside Nigeria, the moment you step back into Nigeria, the first thing that you will notice is that we do not love ourselves.
Wow.
We do not love ourselves, and it is killing the society. With all the resources we have in that country, people are living in abject poverty. And anywhere you go, the road is a death trap. The food you eat is not safe. Security is not provided. And all these are accumulation of what love could do. If our government, if people in power love, you want to provide those things. And nobody can tell me that we cannot provide these things. We have the means, we have the resources. Countries that don't have the resources that Nigeria have, like Rwanda. If you go to Rwanda, Rwanda is stated to be one of the cleanest cities in Africa. It's just me thinking that, okay, I don't want to litter this place. I don't want to litter it, put it in the bin. But that is not what you find in Nigeria. The last time I went to, before this time, I got to Lagos around 4 o'clock. The people, the immigration officers that were in the airport to receive us were more than the people that came in. So I now went to one of them and asked, sir, did they schedule you to work today? He said, no.
Wow.
And we know when the flights are coming in, so we come in so that maybe we can get something.
Wow.
That is the society we talk about.
Huh.
There's nothing. So I am grateful that you are teaching this, and people are beginning to see that the problem we have is because we don't love. And we cannot love until we go down to the level of the person we say we want to love and bring them to our own level. So I'm happy, I'm grateful. Maybe other times I will share my experience from Lagos. I'll be doing some videos and people will be seeing what's happening. But I just want to thank you, DSC, that our paths have met. And I know that most people on this platform, they too are saying that prayer. We need love. The problem we have in our country is love.
Yeah.
And I just want to bless everybody on the team. I just really need to contribute this. Thank you, DSC. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Greet your family for us.
Thank you,
Thank you. Blessings. Okay, I guess we still have a few more calls. Yeah, so I think we all have to find a way of spreading the message of love. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
DSA?
Yes, sir. Is that Plutonic?
Yeah, Plutonic from Minnesota. A long time, DSA.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Oh, I've been listening real great. My family is listening. We are listening.
Yeah.
And everybody is listening. And your love message is, I don't know how to play it, like cleaning us day by day, making us to live the best way we can.
Yeah.
Since I've been listening to your love series, I just classify the African church now as the enemy church. Because everybody in the church will call each other enemy. Suspect. We are all suspect. You think Nigeria is worse, but Liberia is becoming worse every day. Every day, DSA. Every day. I was just in the barber shop on Thursday. Last week I went to a Liberian barber shop. And the guy there told me to pray for Liberia. I said, I'm not praying for Liberia. He said, why are you not praying for Liberia? Don't you think God can help Liberia? You always against prayer for Liberia. I said, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean? I said, I got one word to use for you. He said, I said, my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yes.
I said, I live in the state of Minnesota right now. And Minnesota is snow almost 6 to 9 months. Minnesota have no natural resources. Liberia got diamond, iron ore, gold, rubber, timber. Liberia paying the legislature $20,000 US a month. They give them gasoline slip. Why the people don't have light, they don't have water, they don't have nothing. So we're talking about love. This is love. I was just in Liberia recently, DSA. Oh my God, it's horrible. Our plane landed by 9 p.m. And once the plane landed, the airport shut down. They shut all the generator off. Everything off on the airport. The airport was done for the day.
Wow.
It was so terrible. And how was SM Brussels checking the plane to go back to Brussels? They took flashlight checking the plane tire so they can leave back. I said, you guys putting people in the air with flashlight to check the tires?
Wow.
They say, yeah, it's Liberia, is what we do, no light.
Wow.
So, yeah, it is just horrible. My family is fine with the love series. My wife, oh my God, I just called somebody in Liberia. I told one of my sisters in Liberia, I said, hey, I want for you to just do a unanimous something. Go to a school, just go to the register office, don't pick nobody. Go to the least school in Monrovia, the poorest school. Go and pay at least 5 or 10% school fee. I don't want no picture. I don't want no contact, nothing. So if you're going to do it on Monday or Tuesday, I don't want no relationship with the person. Just do it, and the next time we can, we're going to do it.
Amen.
Because this love got to be in action. We got to practice it, DSA.
Yes.
We got to practice it. We got to do it the Jesus way, not do it no church way.
Yeah. Church
way. And most of the people that are protecting the church, I got one name for them. I call them pastor police. The African people are just pastor police right now, because only police officers protecting people. They are just there protecting people every day. And DSA, I don't know how you make it. Because since I met you, oh my God, I don't know where I was going to be. We call it Episcopal, but I'm an Anglican. But since I found you, you have recharged me. I go to the Anglican church right now. I cut my tab at 80%, 10% go to my church, 90% go to the homeless, go to my country, go to anybody, widow, offering. I don't care right now. The only thing I know, the church can just pay that bill. What to do it, what to do it. I know they got to pay mortgage, you got to pay light bill, water bill. What to do? Let me just help. But I don't know, DSA. I just tell your wife, thank you here. Your wife, thank you for liberating people, African. Many people that don't want to get on board, leave them alone, they will get on board. Many of us were there before. And we all changed. It will take time. So we shouldn't get mad with people on the platform saying things and that. We all were there. We all were there. We fought in a good fight, DSA. Just thank you. Thank you to your platform. Thank you to Myra. Thank you to everybody. And my wife is so addicted with your books. You just keep buying, keep reading, keep going after point. I haven't started reading, but me, I've been watching the video. I think I've watched almost 300 videos now since last year to now. I just keep watching and watching and watching because DSA, your message. Sometimes I won't get mad, but so I think let's do it the Jesus way. I think by the Jesus way, I just say, oh, love, always turn out other chicks. So take it to your wife for just allowing you this stuff. and thank God also for your energy. Thank you. Thank you. Bye to the team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Wow. Well, for those people who are saying, how do they register for the mentorship? Is SundayAdelaijaBlog.com/mentorship. SundayAdelaijaBlog.com/mentorship. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Sunday.
Oh, is that Elizabeth?
It is Elizabeth, Pastor.
Nice to hear from you.
Evening,
you always call when it
Thank
is really hot, when something has really touched you.
Oh, yes, Pastor. I just had to call in this time. I was like, no, Mom will say something. Thank you so much, Pastor Sunday. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for everything that you showed. And it really touched me at one point. I was like, I just have to call. Basically, if this doesn't touch someone tonight, I don't know what will. Yeah. Because there's something that you said today. You said when you say you love someone, the comfort of the person becomes your obsession. For example, if it's kids, if it's orphans, if it's children, whatever it is, it comes naturally to you. You just want to make sure your love drives you to a place of obsession for them. Sometimes, and Pastor, what I realized over the time is that sometimes we don't even know that something is missing. We don't know that something is wrong somewhere until it happens to us, until something, happens to us. I'm going to share a story. Like last November, I traveled to Nigeria by myself without my parents. And when I was coming back at the airport, the immigration officers, I'm just going to second what that officer said. The immigration officers tried to take advantage. I must have seen that, okay, I'm a young girl traveling by myself. So he thought to himself, okay, let me, he first of all looked at my passport and he was like, you can't have dual citizenship. We need your British passport before we can get you on the plane. Well, I'm like, I'm not traveling with my British passport. I only have my Nigerian passport on me. Because, well, we're going to have to detain you. You can't get on the plane. Wow. And then, it was trying to and he's just there. I already checked in online. I already did everything. I checked in with my Nigerian passport. I did everything as I was supposed to. And basically, I got there, and all it was, since I already checked in, I didn't have to queue. All I had to do was just check in my bag. So he didn't even have to check my passport, go through all that. But he just wanted to do all that for no reason. Anyway, he did all, and, he literally started shouting at me, and then, people were watching, and no one cared. And I was thinking to myself when I was watching the video that he shared tonight of the homeless guy, and I was thinking, okay, I was pretty well-dressed, at the airport. But still, not even one person stood up and said, let me say something. Let me speak out. Let me say, oh, this is unfair. This is wrong. And, you literally I had to put my foot down. Like, no, this is not happening. Like, I'm traveling. I'm getting on this plane. You're not detaining me. I had to, speak up for myself. And the lady behind me literally just came and used that bag to brush me, so she can check it and go. And I was just laughing to myself. And I was like, this is a joke. And then eventually someone came around. They helped me. They apologized. The man was like, I'm just sorry. You're just a fine girl. So the man is just, it's just, and I was just laughing to myself that this is stupid. This is ridiculous. This is the height of it. And I literally put myself in the position of, imagine someone else that didn't put their foot down. That's how they would have probably detained. The person would have missed the plane or something. And it was just so stupid. And I literally had to keep speaking because even when everything was resolved, something literally was telling me that, why isn't anyone doing anything about this? The other man that came to help me is also an older man. He was maybe in his 50s. They're both in their 50s. But you can see that what he's done is wrong. Why is he not getting corrected? Why isn't someone saying something to this man? Why isn't someone telling him that this is something that's wrong? And I remember getting to, I think I got to Paris that day, and the lady that brushed me with her bag came to me and said to me, she didn't know where to go. I don't understand. Of all the people that were gone off the plane together, she came to me to come and ask me to help her to find where she needs to go and get her next plane. Wow. And I was just laughing to myself. And that's when I realized that, Pastor, I didn't have to help her that day. But the thing is, what you're always saying, that most of the problems that we have in this world is a love problem. It's true. Yeah. It's most of the things that we can solve it. It's a love problem. A lot of people could have seen that, okay, this man, and it was obvious that he was treating me wrongly. But no one wanted, everyone's minding their own business because of that fear. Because people are told, oh, don't, mind your own business, And the thing is, Bible says perfect love has no fear. You can't say you love and then be afraid. You have to pick one side. You have to choose what side you. It's just the height of hypocrisy. And I was watching, like, the homeless guy as well. I was thinking of Nigeria, when we're going to church, you always see like homeless people right next to the church. And the pastor himself will walk past these homeless people and go inside the church. And the same pastors, they want to buy tickets. They want to buy private jet to travel to abroad to go and save people when there's someone suffering beside your church. It's just, that's how you know the height of hypocrisy. That's how you know that love genuinely doesn't exist. We talk about love, and we have all this, we don't actually know. I remember, I'm just going to quickly say this before I go, sorry. I remember speaking to an uncle once, like someone that I knew in uni when I was studying. He said to me that he left the church because, there was no love there. And that was when I used to be proper religious, and it didn't make sense to me. I was thinking, how can you say you left the church because there was no love? It didn't make sense until life shows you that genuinely you don't really know sometimes. You don't even know that someone needs to call out to you. Someone needs to reach out to someone, then to us sometimes, and say, and show us. And that is what you're doing, Pastor Sunday. And that is what I'm so grateful, because that is what you're doing right now. You can see the evidence. This is what you're trying to remind us that this, for example, what you said, your love drives you to a place of obsession. And that's what you're doing, Pastor Sunday. That's what you want to do in the world. That's what you want to show to the world. That's what you're trying to tell people, that is enough of hypocrisy, enough of fear, enough of lack of wisdom. Get what you need to get. So if someone's sitting here still saying, that's just the person's insecurities limiting them. And it's time that we wake up. And we need to stop letting fear limit us, because Pastor, fear really limits. Because sometimes, like, look at that situation when someone could have helped. That person could have just helped and made everything easier. But people, because of fear of maybe that man is older or something, immigration officer in Nigeria, they don't want to get in trouble. So therefore, they prefer to keep quiet. And the thing is, fear really limits anyone in this world from helping anybody.
Hello?
Just we didn't one. Hello, Pastor.
Yes.
Hello, Pastor. Yeah, I was just saying
ahead.
that we don't have to go abroad to go and save anyone. Right behind our house, there are people suffering, and we just need to look out. I pray that God will help us.
Wow, thank you
That's
so
all
very
I can say,
much.
Pastor.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, it's like that's all for today. So if you are still there and your call has not gone through, I guess you have to do that next time, because yeah, that's probably going to be all for today. Yeah, for those of you who want to get the books, go to write to dssbooks@gmail.com, or go to my blog, sundayadelajablog.com/books. So that's it for now. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great, great evening. God bless.